do you have a problem with Dak being ranked the #1 quarterback heading into Week 7?
No, not at all. But because this is a question, maybe one of us at this desk does have a problem with it. We will see. Tier 1, as we talked about before, is hella long this year. This is not last year's Tier 1. That was only 2 or 3 names in terms of elite quarterback play. This year, you saw the faces. What we see, 7 faces up there right now. Tier 1 is hella long. But you said this in the read, if you guys at home caught that, you know.
They probably didn't. They ain't catch much during that read. Yeah, I ain't catch it.
Hey, bro.
God, dog.
No, we are human beings. Imperfection is written in our names.
Read and write, though. That's an SAT prep.
I love you, too. Dak is the only quarterback, I'm going to say it clean, to rank top 5. Only quarterback. Only quarterback. Top 5. Passer rating, passing touchdowns, completion percentage, and passing yards per game. What does that tell me, Acho, to just end this right here, right now? That if I'm the only one, I am the one. And that's Dak Prescott. There's no argument you can make that would take Dak Prescott out of this position. Only argument I will hear, only argument I will respect is if you try to insert or put somebody else up there with Dak Prescott. But I dare you to try and take Dak Prescott and his name and image and likeness and his production and resume and drop it to his NIL. Nil, you can't touch it. So for all of that said, Dak Prescott is playing ball at the top level. Whether you have a different flavor that you like, a different way of production, I'm listening to it, but you cannot take Dak off that position.
I'll start with this. I have a huge problem with Dak being ranked the #1 quarterback, but y'all have to listen to the why.
Okay.
I have a huge problem with it because people are just doing it to pander to the Cowboys audience.
Really?
I got to put Cowboys fans on game. So I was listening to a controversial speaker right before the political season, before voting, and this controversial speaker brought it to the attention like, look, every 4 years, this certain party just tells you what you want to hear just to play to your emotional state.
I know where we
Do
going.
y'all not wake up and see? The Cowboys have become politicized. If you want to get views, praise the Cowboys. That's views on television, views on Twitter. If I want to have my most viewed tweet today, I just come up and say, Dak Prescott is the greatest Cowboys quarterback that I have ever seen, and CeeDee Lamb is the greatest Cowboys receiver, and the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. 100,000 views. The problem is, what you want to hear ain't always what you need to hear.
Okay.
So I have a problem with Dak being ranked #1 because in my mind, the only reason you would rank the Cowboys #1 is to play to the vulnerable and rightfully vulnerable and the rightfully emotional state of the Cowboys. Cowboys haven't seen greatness like this since the early 90s. Yeah, they were 13-3 in 2016, but I covered the Cowboys in 2016, working in the Star in one Frisco way, and it didn't feel like this. So I have a problem because of the motivation behind why ranking Dak #1.
Okay, you gave me the motivation. Sitting here at Fox Studios, back lot, you know how everything looks on the front. You'd be like, wow, look at that. That looks like New York City. And then you just see a piece of wood holding it up and it's paper thin. That's how I felt with your take right there. It looked amazing. Wow, Acho said, man, I know the motivation of these people. Who? What name? Kyler Murray? Tom Brady? Lamar Jackson? Who's playing better than Dak Prescott?
That's easy.
Take me behind the scenes.
Let's go behind
and
the
give me
scenes.
something, not just
Here's
a
what
piece
I
of
will
wood.
give you. If you are not, I want to see me. I want to see these numbers, and I definitely don't want to see Marcellus. If you are not first in something, I can't make you first in everything.
Really?
Period.
You sure?
Here's why.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Starting track and field. Usain Bolt is not the best starter, but I'll tell you this much.
What?
He the best finisher, so he can be the best. But I'm not going to have somebody who ain't the best starter, ain't the best finisher, and be like, oh, but they're the best sprinter.
Oh, my God.
Michael Jordan.
You ready?
At least he was the best scorer. And he also was the best defender. Hence why he was the best. 2020, LeBron James, many said he should win the MVP. He led the league in assists. He was the best. As I look at it, Dak Prescott, yes, I'll give you this. Top 5 in those major 4 statistical categories. I do not think that they are all as major as you would like to say, but he's top 5 in major statistical
Don't do that to
categories.
me.
But I'm not going to say he's the best. Frank Gore. He ain't the best running back of all time. And Frank Gore was never the best running back while he was playing. But boy, if you look statistically, Frank Gore is top 5 in just about every major running back statistical category.
You're spazzing.
I'm spazzing with truth. Not even truth, with truth.
With truth, with
two
F's.
With 2 F's.
You are.
So when I look at it,
You're leaking oil.
Dak ain't top in passing touchdowns.
Oh, he's not top.
He's not number 1 in passing touchdowns.
Okay.
He's not number 1 in passer rating.
Okay.
Not number 1 in completion percentage.
Uh-huh.
Not number 1 in passing yards.
Yeah.
So how are you going to take an aggregation of somebody who has no number 1s
Coach.
and make him?
Coach, can I get a rep? Can I get a rep? Can I get some of the ribs? Let me get some of the ribs. Boy, you know you in trouble right now. I ain't normal, dog. I'm different up here. You just said he ain't top in any major statistical category, so he can't be the one, okay? I will now rebut that and say, Dak's not number 1 in any major statistical category, but he's also not the worst of the elite quarterbacks. So guess what? It neutralizes itself. You want to say Kyler Murray? Which guy? Which guy? You ready? Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, completion percentage, number 1. No, I'm going to do it because you know you caught. Number 1. But, damn, completion percentage compared to Dak, worse. Oh, so you trying to give me arguments that said, since you're not number 1, then you can't be in it. I'm saying you can't be the last one either in these situations and then be the same guy. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is in the teens in a lot of these categories, so we're going to disqualify him.
What categories, sir?
You ready?
Gonna say a lot
completion percentage, 11th.
Is that a team? Is that a team, Mr. Columbia?
Oh, that's not, huh? That's 11. Oh, 11,
I don't hear a team
12,
behind
13,
that.
13. Oh, here we go.
I don't hear a team
Here we go.
behind that. 11 team.
11 team. What's that called? Double digits. Double digits. That's what I just said. Double digits. That's what. Oh, you want some teams? I got some teams. Lamar Jackson. Look at your face. See, he was on there too. You want some teams? I got some more teams for you. It ain't Dak. Top 5, all categories, only 1. And he's not number 1 in any. So this is almost like a jack of all.
Sure.
That's what he is.
Sure,
and he's not
that.
a king of 1, but guess what? He's also not the worst in any one. That will be a Tom Brady with them teams, real teams, Kyler Murray with double digits, and then you see Lamar Jackson, teens and double digits. So the point is, Dak says, look, I'm not soaring at the highest of heights, but no one is soaring consistently excellent more than me. He is top 5 in all the categories where no one else is in that same conversation.
Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback, period. But he is not number 1.
Who is?
We don't have a bigger conversation.
Don't say Frank Gore again or Usain Bolt.
Have a bigger
Who is number 1?
To me, I would go, I'm going Lamar Jackson.
You're going Lamar Jackson?
Here's why.
14th, 12th, 10th,
Here's
16th.
why.
And that's my guy.
I'm going Lamar Jackson because he has had to do the most with the least.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson has the Ravens 5-1. 16 players on IR. Starting left tackle IR. Starting left guard was not there. First round receiver played his first game last week. But I don't even care about that. What I'm going to say is this. We know Dak Prescott has the greatest talent around him. So it's not like Dak Prescott's working at a deficit. Dak Prescott, Tom Brady got the greatest talent around them, in my opinion. Receivers, tight ends, running backs, etc.
Facts.
But Tom Brady is still second in passing touchdowns, greater than Dak.
That is.
First in passing yards, greater than Dak.
Oh, you doing this?
No. I'm just saying Tom Brady at least has some firsts. Marcellus Wiley.
He got one first. Yards per game. He got one first.
He also was like this.
What? One first.
When I'm thinking about the greatest of all, who's the greatest entertainer of all time music?
Jamie Foxx.
I just
saw him last night. I just saw him last night. He's the greatest, most talented human being that ever existed.
Jamie Foxx is the most talented. I'm agreeing with you. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. But most entertaining, I think Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, for sure.
Great.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is the most entertaining, but he's best dancer. You look at Michael Jackson, and he might not be the best singer in the world.
He ain't the best dancer. Chris Brown will do a flip on him.
He might not.
Rest in peace.
But Michael Jackson was that dude.
He was then, yes.
When you talk, at least give me the best at something.
Why?
Please give me the best at something.
Why?
That's just not the best at anything. He's top 5. Y'all better not tweet at me. Don't text me.
It's coming.
Go
get him, Cowboys.
He's top 5. But you want to make him number 1. Come on, Sal.
Look, I'm going to give you some marital advice. And obviously you need it because you're still on the other side of the ocean, trying to swim your way to shore to find who is yours.
I'm listening.
Get out this mindset that somebody has to be the best at something. Just get someone who's consistently excellent, and I think you will be better served. If you look at this in totality, none of these guys should be slighted. But when you want to put someone higher than Dak Prescott, that's when I say you shouldn't put him higher just because he does one thing better than Dak, because there are going to be other things you're not noticing that he's doing worse than Dak. So one thing I heard Colin Cowherd say that I really respect is when you're trying to do a summation of someone, take out the best and take out the worst.
That's fair.
And then just see what the median, where they really are, right? That median. Dak Prescott, if you do that, it's not even a conversation. But when you want to say, well, there's one thing that he can't do better than someone else, I'm going to now combat that with so many things that he does as well, if not better than them. That's the conversation.
That's cute and all, but what I would retort to you and retort to Colin is, why would I take out what somebody does best? That completely changes who they are. Sure, but then who are you left with?
You're left with Dak Prescott being better than all these guys.
Because if you want to talk a multitude of sports, and if an argument is a good argument, it should be able to transcend the topic that you were discussing.
Yes.
If you want to go to your favorite sport of track and field, Usain Bolt, he's the greatest finisher. He's the worst starter. If you take out Usain Bolt's clothes and you take out Usain Bolt's start, what you left with? UB. You ain't even left with no Usain and you ain't left with no Bolt. So you can't take out the best and the worst. Let me look at the entirety of an individual.
Don't you ever butcher what Colin said and I said again. We're saying his best performance ever and his worst performance ever. Then what you left with? A meat of like, damn, he still was running under sub 10, right? I'm saying with Dak Prescott in this situation, why am I still arguing with you?
Here's why.
He's the only one that is top 5 in all categories. Why are we still talking? We got to fill up time or something?
I'm about to get you.
Boy, my tie bar fresh. What's up?
Who is the greater sprinter?
Me.
Usain Bolt or Asafa Powell?
I already know the answer to this.
No, who's the greater?
No, I'm not going to do this.
Who's the greater sprinter?
Who's the greater sprinter?
Yes, who's the better?
Usain Bolt.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
But Asafa Powell's more consistent.
Yeah.
Asafa Powell got more sub 100 meter times.
Yeah, 999.
I would never, in my cognitive function, fix my lips to argue that Asafa Powell is greater than Usain Bolt, because Asafa Powell ain't number one in nothing. Asafa Powell is more consistent than Usain, but Asafa Powell ain't got the number one time in the 100. He ain't got the number one time in the 200.
Okay.
He ain't got the number one time in anything. So don't come to me with no lackluster argument about, well, Asafa Powell actually has more top sub 100 meters than Usain. That's what you're doing right now with this Dak Prescott argument. Look on your little laptop.
First of all, my laptop bigger than yours, so it ain't little. I got to get out of here right now. That's a strong argument, but it's wrong.
Your Wi-Fi down. He ain't got no argument without his Wi-Fi.
I got a personal hotspot, though. I got a personal hotspot, and it's getting hot up here.